During the period of 1500 to 1700, the dominant form of government in Europe was absolute monarchy. Kings gain power from families. They seek total control of all aspects of society and economy. Some notable kings during this time period were Philip II of Spain, Louis XIV of France, and King Charles I of England. Citizens did not like absolute monarchies because their interests were not clearly expressed. This led to many kings being disliked and killed, such as King Charles I, who was publicly executed. In conclusion, discontent sparked the Age of Enlightenment.
The Age of Enlightenment was a cultural movement in 18th century Europe that sought to mobilize the power of reason in order to reform society and advance knowledge. It promoted science and intellectual interchange and opposed superstition, intolerance, and abuses in church and state. Originating about 1650 to 1700, it was sparked by philosophers John Locke, Thomas Hobbes, and Voltaire. Ideas that they promoted included free enterprise, freedom of religion, general will, and separation of power. Also, an important machine created during the Enlightenment was the printing press, which made the rapid disbursement of knowledge and materials possible.
As a result of the ideas created in the Enlightenment, revolution was sparked in France, North America, and Latin America. The written records of Enlightenment thinkers such as Montesquieu, Rousseau, Voltaire, and Locke promoted ideas of progress and natural law in French society. Ideas included constitutional monarchy, liberal government, the Declaration of Rights of Man, popular sovereignty, and enlightened absolutism. The American Constitution primarily uses ideas from John Locke and Montesquieu, such as securing life, liberty and property, separation of powers, and checks and balances. Revolution in Latin America was based off of all of these ideas and was inspired by the French Revolution and the American Revolution. The Enlightenment inspired the revolution all over the world.
As a result of the revolutions, many aspects of society were impacted throughout the world. One of these major aspects was slavery. The revolutions affected slavery through the principles and ideas that they were behind, and they even sparked some slave rebellions as well. Throughout the revolutions, the main principles included social equality, freedom, and justice. These principles affected slavery because they are fully against the concept of slavery. As a result, slavery was abolished in many countries that experienced revolutions, and it helped other slaves seek freedom in other parts of the world. As well as the freedom of slaves, the revolutions gave slaves a higher class in society where they could participate in the government and free enterprise. This allows slaves to become part of society. In conclusion, revolutions throughout the world played a huge part in the emancipation of slavery.